Hey guys, welcome to this new tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to learn how to create a new customized shapefile of your own, and we'll just not confine ourselves within shapefile. We'll also see how to create personal geodatabase, and you might assume that everybody using shapefile, but it's not the case in professional life. In professional life, you will see that everybody using geodatabase. So we'll also see how to create geodatabase, and so let's see that. At first, we're going to see one template, and this is what we're going to create right now. Okay. So over here, you can see that we have what here some landmarks. This green colored triangles, and this is a school, and this red line is, let's say, it's a road or river, whatever. Now if you want to edit this shapefile, you can easily do that. Let's say how. Let's say you want to add more schools, and you can change the attributes level of them also. Here you can edit it, name code. Okay, you can also add more points and polygon also. So I would like to enlarge it. Yep, so you can enlarge it, you can do everything you want, and you can also change the attribute table. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how to create at first this shapefile, then we'll see how to create such geodatabase. Okay, so we're going to start with a fresh one, new blank map. Okay, now I got a blank map. Now to create a shapefile, you can create a shapefile in any folder you want. So let's say we would like to create that on this folder GIS tutorial. Right click here and go to new, then file. Oh no, we are going to use shapefile. Create shapefile. Okay. Oh no, not again. Now we are going to, let's say, name it shapefile SHP, and it's going to be a polygon. Then a coordinate system. It's very important. So geographic coordinate system. Oh shit. Geographic word, then WGS 1994. Okay, so that's our coordinate system. Then okay, and yeah, our shapefile is ready. Now you can draw a shape easily. But to draw a shape, let's say I am interested in a particular area. I would like to draw a shapefile of that area. So I'm just going to load one base map. And the reason I loaded this street base map is because it doesn't take long time to load. But if you do imagery satellite image, then it will take huge time to load. Okay, now I am interested in, let's say, this zone. Yep, here. So you can easily, where is it, editor? Yep, start editing. Now I'm going to draw a polygon. So to draw a polygon, you can just right click here, create features. Now by the way, if you don't have this editor toolbar, right click here and go to check this editor. Editor. Okay, now here SHP, if you just click here, you can create a shapefile. But in your case, you might not be able to do that. You need to first click here, then click here in this polygon. I just made a template actually. So to create a template, you need to go here, organize template, then new template, and check it, then finish. Now I have two of them. close, delete on. Okay, let's say this is my shapefile Polygon. Then I want to create a river shapefile. So let's again go to the catalog, then this GIS tutorial folder, then new, again shapefile, and it's going to be a river shapefile. So river is line, so it's not polygon now, so it's polyline. Again you need to specify the geographic coordinate system. Okay, it was Word WGS 1994. But if you are going to create a geodatabase, then you don't have to write or specify that geographic coordinate system again and again. It's just a one time. Okay, now we have created a river line. So let's draw a river. We don't have that river template here. So river finish. Yep. Now we can digitize it. That I think you got the idea, so I'm just going to make on randomly. Okay, so when you are going to finish that, just double click. And we haven't created any new fields yet, so you can create new fields. Right click here, go to open attribute table, and before creating a new field you need to stop this editing toolbar. Okay, yes. So add field name, let's say we are just interested in that a river name or road name, so name, short integer name is going to be a string text, so text. Okay, fine. So now start editing. This is our river, so we just activated it and right click it. Now you can see that name, and you can edit the name. Let's say it's river what, PADMA. What that? Oh, my keyboard. Okay, PD. That's it. So now but you can also change the color of this river, and let's say it's highway like red color. No, red not. Okay, let's change the color to this blue one. Okay, fine. So it's changed. Now let's say, oh, now one thing to notice here is that before you start your work, it would be a wise decision to check the coordinate system of your layer, that is this data frame, and you can see it's WGS 1994. Fine, same as our Shapefiles coordinate system. Go to properties, and under this source tab you will see the coordinate system. Where is it? There, geographic coordinate system, GCS, WGS 1994. Okay, that's fine. Now let's create another shapefile, a point shapefile, so that we can assign some landmarks. Okay, new shapefile. It's point by default. Fine. Unknown coordinate system. Go to edit 1984. Okay. So this is a point. Now you can change the style. Okay, fine. Let's see, point or new shapefile. I can edit that also. So let's point landmark. Okay, so now go to template, landmark, finish. You can add landmarks where you want. Now just make it hollow. Okay, so now it's not just about making a map and adding some landmarks. Your task also is to store the data for this map for such landmarks. So now we are going to store data in this landmarks for this landmark. Now to store, you need to create a new field, and you can create field from this attribute table from here, or you can also create new fields from this shapefile. So I'm going to do that new shapefile. Oh, it's not updated yet. But I'm gonna properties. Now you can see here fields. You can add new field. Now let's say what name of this field, landmark name or type, type. Type is going to be text. Yeah. Let's say we want to add a code for each landmark type. It's going to be integer. Sorry, yeah, integer. Integer means numbers. Okay, apply. Now let's see if that is updated or not. Yeah, it's updated. Yes, you can see here. Landmark type, code. Fine. Now for each landmark, start editing. Click here. Now right click here. You will see those type code. Let's say this is a what? It's a mosque. And for that code is 15. Okay. Sorry, you can do that by just clicking here. See? Now if you click here, now the attribute table is open for this landmark. Now here you can add that, let's say it's a school, and for this code is 20. Similarly, you can activate another one and again edit. But let's say you need to add thousands, you are going to add thousands of landmarks. Then each time you need to do select that one and again add those data. Now there's another way of doing such thing, and that would be a bit easier for you. Alright, let's see that. So to do that, go to editor, then options, then attributes, and check this display the attributes. Okay, for the following, and this is our landmark field. Apply. Okay, now whenever you are going to add one additional landmark, one window will pop up. See, type, let's say it's a house, and then code is 15. Now double click on OK. It will go away. See, really efficient one, and I found that really helpful in my working project. So let's type it, anything you want. Fine. So that's how you can enhance your working efficiency. Now let's say I want to cut one polygon, not outside this polygon, inside this polygon. We can also do that outside. Let's say I'm going to add another polygon. You can do that. Right click here, just click here, and yep. No, it's a bit. You can also go back, undo what have you done. Just yep. Again, need to cut one. Yeah, now it's okay. Now if you are going to cut one polygon inside already built in Polygon, then you need to check that at first, active that, then go to this cut polygon tool, okay, and then choose this one, straight line. That's why I'm interested from here. Fine, you can see one new polygon is created. Now if you want to add some data to the attribute table of this polygon, then just right click and go to attribute, and these are just by default field. You can add new fields and store data. Okay, let's see another thing. At first I'm just going to create another, yeah. So now if I want to, let's say I want to cut a polygon just along this river line. So to do that, right click on this cut polygon tool, then go to this tool and select this one, trace tool. Now after that, just click here, then it will automatically follow the river shapefile, and double click at the end point. See, one new polygon has been created. That's really easy one. So these are some ways of cutting new polygons, and there's another thing to mention is that this sticky mob tolerance, this one right now it's 0. I don't know what is by default one, but if it's 0, then there's going to be some problem. So it can make some distortions in your map you don't know even. Okay, so how can it make some distortion? Let's say you can move that map now, but sometimes you don't want to move them, but somehow they can be moved. So go back, yeah, so you can move them anywhere you want. Yeah, so you can go back actually, yeah, fine. Okay, so now let's see one thing, that is merging two polygons. Let's say I want to merge these two polygons. So to merge them, what you need to do is just hold shift key and click another one, then both of them will be selected. If you are interested in selecting more polygons, then again hold shift key and select another one. Okay, fine. Now go to this edit tool, then this merge one, merge, and now you can see that you have two options, either this one or that one. Now if you do this one, then the left one will be merged with the right one, and all the data of the left one will be vanished, and only the data of the right polygon will exist. Right now we don't have any data, so we can't see any changes, but that's one major problem of merging. So before you merge, be careful. Okay, all right, let's see another editing tool actually, which may save your time significantly. So let's say okay, now to overcome this problem, what you need to do is go to options and sticky mob tolerance, make it to 999 or 1000, apply. Okay, and now you can't drag that independently. Fine. Okay, now let's see another editing method, not editing method, it's just correction method. So let's say for example I am interested in drawing this river line, so just river, zoom a bit, yeah, so you got the idea. Okay, I'm just, to save our time, just randomly drawing it. Okay, now maybe you don't want that extended line outside boundary shapefile. You can undo that and create again new one, but in a large data set it's not possible to undo that and draw again. Okay, so how can I do that? So to do that, you can double click on the shape, and now you can see all those vertex. So you can see there's a vertex, there's another vertex, so we can just delete this vertex. Okay, now you can see that that extended line is gone, but our shapefile is not just from the boundary. So to do that, what you can do is again double click here, then just drag it to, yeah, here. Now you can see it's just from the boundary. So that's how you can correct some errors. And if you don't have that option, you don't see that vertex in identification, then go to this editor again and snapping. You can see, check this snapping toolbar, and you can see that right here, snapping toolbar. Alright, so far we have seen so many things. Now let's see one thing called labeling. How to label, let's say, those landmarks. So go to point, properties, then under this label tab, at first check this label feature in this layer, otherwise you won't see any label. Then here you can select the attributes what you want to visualize. So let's say I just want to visualize type, name of those landmarks, and here it's color. You can change the color. Let's say just green, bold, apply. Yep, you can see this was a house, it was a mosque, school. Okay, here there was no data, it didn't store any data for this landmark, that's why it's blank. Fine. Now let's say you also want to visualize or want to see the code for each landmarks. So, and you can't actually at a time you can't show two of the fields. Here there is no option. You just apply, sorry, you can show just one field, but there's one option for you using this expression. So at first you need to select this parser, Python, JavaScript or VB script. I would prefer Python. Okay, by default there's one field, you can delete it. So let's say I want to I want to visualize type and also code. So just you need to write plus, that is in Python concatenation. So type plus code. You can verify that here just to see that is it working or not. Yep, mosque 15. You can see it's working. Okay, apply. Yeah, now you can see house code 15, school 20. Here you can see 0 0. These are just by default values. Okay, now one thing isn't looking good is that there's no space in between code and house. And let's say I want to show this 15, this code in new line. Okay, so how can I do that? Again go to expression, and after this plus, for a space you can just give a comma quotation, again a plus. Okay, now you will see verify. Yeah, there's a space. Okay, now if you want to put a new line, then just \n. That would, yep, fine, \n. Now you can see house 15. Okay, that's a little bit of about what labeling. Now let's see how can I calculate area of each of those polygons. If you go to the attribute table, you can see there's no field for area. Now I'm just going to create one new field. So at first stop the editing session, go and add field, name let's suggest area. Yeah, I don't want to use that a name HH, so you can name it anything. So it's going to be integer, that is number. Okay, and just to calculate area, you just right click here and calculate geometry. But you can't calculate area because area disabled, because we are using WGS 1984. So to calculate area, you need a projection system. You need to project it. That is UTM zone you need. We could have done that at the very beginning of making Shapefile, when we specified or assigned our coordinate system to WGS 1994. That time we could have assigned it to UTM zone. Okay, so okay, now we need to change it. That So to change it, just you can do Control F, search, or you can do it from Windows then search. Okay, you need to project it. Yeah, what's the problem? PROJCT, project. Okay, go to this project under data management tool, double click here, then import dataset or feature. So our shapefile, then output dataset or feature class, here location actually. So I happened to actually what I usually store it in this folder in another new file geodatabase. Just give it a name and you can save it anywhere you want. Let's project that project save output coordinate system. That's the important one. How can I know that which projection system is appropriate for me? So you can simply go to Google and let's say UTM, no, World UTM Zone Map. Okay, just get it's not so. Now you can see that from my location it's 46 here. I'm here, Bangladesh. You can actually find out one more transparent one. I did found one. Yeah, that's it. Now you can see that here is my study area. This one, it's UTM 46, and you can find it for your own study area as well. Okay, so it's UTM 46. So go to here, projected coordinate system, then UTM. Okay, WGS 1984, and it's in northern hemisphere. It was 45 and 46. What is it? Yeah, here. Okay, then what? Transformation, preserve. Oh, leave them just alone. Okay. Yep, our projection is done. Now project It's actually now a new feature class. I'm just unclicking all of them, just this one. Now if you go to the attribute table, we should see new, yeah, shape length and shape area automatically, and I think it's in meter square. Yeah, it's in meter square. You can add another field, add field, let's say in kilometer, in what, kilometer, so it's integer. Yep, allow null values, yes. Okay, so right click on it, then go to field geometry, calculate geometry, then here you can see units, square kilometer. Okay, yep, you can see now 44 kilometer, this one 44 kilometer, then it's 46, 39, 73. If you double click here, then that portion will be zoomed. You can see over here, yeah, and it's really one powerful tool when you are going to visualize a large data set. Okay, so not tool, a technique. So before we dive into Geodatabase, let's see one another thing, that is just delete it. Now we have this nice template, this green color template, let's say that this blue color river, but if we just now delete them all, okay, and again we drop or load our data shape files, you can see all those templates or styles are gone. So to preserve them, or if you just want to start, every time you want to start from the point where you left, so to do that you need to create one mxd file. Okay, now let's do a bit of change like the previous one. Let's just keep it red. Shape, okay, fine, that's it. So we are now going to save it. So let's save it, go to file, then save as. Yep, you can save wherever you want. I'm just going to save as like GIS DU2. Okay, save. Okay, now I just opened a new one, then go to the folder where you have just stored this mxd file. I saved it here. It's what name was GIS Topo. Yep, tutorial. Yeah, yes, now you can see that all the changes we made the last time are now here. And now if you do, let's say, edit, start editing. Okay, if you change anything here or edit anything here, that will automatically be stored or saved in this point shapefile, river shapefile, or this polygon shapefile. Let's try one. So I am just going to cut a new polygon, yeah, and save edit, stop edit, fine. And now if again I just drag that shapefile, you can see, just unselect them, that change is already saved in that shapefile also. So I think that's enough about shapefile editing. Alright, so far we have seen how to create a shapefile and how to digitize it. Then we have also seen some of the basics of this editing toolbar. Now it's time to move on to Geodatabase, how to create a Geodatabase. Okay, so as I said earlier, Geodatabase is much more efficient and easiest way of GIS data storing, and it's more accurate way actually. And Geodatabase allows us to apply topological rules, but on the other hand, Shapefiles doesn't allow us that. So now let's see how to create a Geodatabase. Now what, we are now going to create a new one, blank map. Okay, now again in a folder, we can do this in the same folder, GIS tutorial. Go to new, file, Geodatabase. Okay, yep. So we're going to file a Geodatabase. What's happening here? Yeah, so file Geodatabase, you can rename it. Let's say I want, don't touch that GDB extension. This is the file extension .gdb. okay, now let's say what, Geodatabase, God. Okay, now right click here and again go to new and create a feature dataset. This feature dataset is actually to refer to each feature class a same geographic coordinate system or coordinate system. Okay, feature dataset. Now name the feature dataset. Let's say I am going to name it UTM46 because my UTM zone is UTM46. Next. Now it's UTM5. UTM46. It's a it's a projection system, and if I do that, then you don't have to reproject your feature for generating area of that polygon. So next, leave that alone. Next, okay, next, finish. So we have created a, I'm just going to delete all those things. Yeah, I don't need them anymore. Yes, fine. So it's UTM46. Now in this feature dataset, now we are going to create new feature classes. What are actually feature classes? Feature classes are what I have seen earlier, that road dataset, then what, a polygon. These are all feature classes. So feature class adds up, we need at first we need a shapefile. So let's say it's a SHP file, SHP or shape. Okay, alias doesn't matter. Polygon, it's going to be a polygon because it's a polygon file. Default. Okay, next. Now this is attributes table. We can add some attributes in that polygon file feature class. You can add from attribute table also, but it's good to add from here. Let's say a name. I don't use that A because of my keyboard problem. NME. Name is going to be text. Yeah, let's say one unique code, so it's going to be integer. Fine. Allow null values, yes. Default value, you can also assign one default value. Let's say for code our default value is 0. Finish. Yep. So this shapefile is created. Let's say I wanna add another feature class, and that is going to be a road, ROAD. So it's like a rod, but I don't use A. Polygon, it's going to be line feature. Next. Now you can see that you don't have to specify again and again that coordinate system. but in the shapefile, in the case of shapefile, we have to do that, but here we don't have to do that. So let's say again the road name or type, but no, right now let's say name. Yeah, name going to be text, then diameter, it's going to be integer. Next. Yeah, so road shape, fine. Now let's say I'm just not interested in one road. I'm interested in multiple road type. It could be local road, village, major highway, etc. So in the case of shapefile, you need to create another shapefile. Let's say for one is for major highway, another is for village road. But in the case of geodatabase, you can create subtype. So if I just write here on this property and go to what subtype, here subtype, you can create new subtype, and for subtype you need a field, and that should be a integer. So we are going to create another field for this subtype. So let's say it's type of road, but it's gotta be integer. Okay, integer. Now apply. Again go to subtypes. Now you can see we got that. Oh no, cross. Okay, again go to properties and again subtype. Yeah, we can see that type right now. So type, it's a new subtype, code 1. So description, that is the name of this subtype. Let's say I'm interested in this one. Oh, what I did. Major highway. Highway. Then number 2 is village road. Then number 3, 4, etc. you can add. I'm just interested in 2. Apply. Okay. Now just delete this road, remove, and again load that. You can see we have 2 new feature symbol, 2 road symbol, highway and village road. Okay, now you can also create new feature class. That's going to be a landmark, LAND, landmark. Okay, it's going to be point feature. Next, and let's type, let's a text, yeah, and code. It's going to be a integer. Finish. Fine, let's now add a base map. However we are interested in, we are going to just find that. OpenStreet. Okay, so this is now in UTM zone actually. That's why this shape, UTM 46. Okay, now let's say I'm interested in here. Okay, now to create new shapefiles rows, we go this create features, and already our template is ready. Fine. Now let's say I am just at first shape. So for example, we're interested in this shape from this highway. So I do that. You need to do that carefully. I'm just randomly doing it. Okay, double click at the endpoint. Fine. Now make it hollow. You can also change the current symbol. Yeah. If you are interested in simple marker, fill symbol. No. Okay. Then highway. Let's say. So this is going to be a highway. Yep. Now village road or local road. Let's say this is a local road. Okay, at first draw highways. Fine. Now village road. Let's say this one. This is a highway. Fine. Now if you want to add data for this local village road, then you just need to click here, attributes. You can see name, whatever the name of this road. Let's say KZI road, ROAD. I am not going to write a diameter. Let's say 30 meter. Okay, then fine. And for this road, this one, just select it, then name XYZ something. Diameter, it's a bit high. Let's say 35. That's it. Again, you can store for this one. Now if you go to the type, let's go to table, open attribute table. Where is the type? Yeah, here you can see that the selected one, it's highway, we know that, and here you can see type highway automatically, and this one, it's local or village road. You can see this is village road automatically. Fine. And you can also change that here. It's like a domain, village road. Okay. Fine. Now you can change the symbology. Highways, let's say red color. Okay. And village road, let's say it's in railroad, residential street, and color. Okay, now you can see that. No, that color is not good. Okay, now you can see highways versus local ways. So that's the beauty of Geodatabase. Now you can also create domain, but I'm not going to do that now. So to create domain, you can create just from this, right click on this Geodatabase, then properties, and you can create a domain here. You can also create specific domains. Let's search for road, right click here, properties, and you can click from this domain section. Although we don't need any domain here. So fine, that's how we create Geodatabase. Okay, now if we look at the attribute table, and see the area, you can see it automatically generated the area of this shape for us automatically, due to just changing that coordinate system to UTM zone. Okay, and you can see that it's 16 square kilometer. It's given in meter square, so if you can just change it to kilometer square, you can do that. Add by just adding new field, Okay, now what? Let's add some points also. Yep, point landmark. And road. So one landmark here. Then here, if you just want to store something, you can store here. Type, and let's say it's a house. Okay, code 15. Then here, let's say it's a mosque or temple. Code 44. Okay, you can do those things. Fine. Now change that. For school, you can do SCHLL. School, you can search for schools. Schools, this is the school symbol. You can see symbol is changed. Now you can make subtype for landmarks, or just create another feature class. Let's say new feature class. We cannot create a feature. Okay, stop editing. Yes. Then again, what new feature class? Name library. Let's say library. It's going to be point. Next, and name text. Let's say and what now code. Integer. Finish. Now one library added. We can change that lib library this way. So if you now just start editing, want to add libraries, you can add them also. Okay, and by the way, if you are just interested in you want to know the coordinates of these points, you can do that. Just landmark, go to open attribute table. You need to create one new field actually. Then let's say here it's not code. Right click here, field calculator. No, not field calculator. Calculate geometry. Yep. Now you can see x coordinate. So you can see here x coordinates. If you just give OK here, then you need to open another field. Then again go to field. Again go to calculate geometry. Then y coordinate. So you can also have y coordinate in another separate column. Okay. So I'm not going to do that. Just if you are interested in. Alright, let's now talk about how topological rules work and what is actually topology. Topological rules are actually some of the geometry related rules to find out the errors in your geodatabase. Is there any error? Let's say this road is a bit ahead from the boundary, so that's actually an error. So you need to find that error, but it's a pretty small data set. That's how you can find that out. But if it's really big one, and in real life you will have really big one, then you can't just visually see that. So you need to run that topology rule. Then that will automatically say you that is, hey, there's an error, and you can inspect that. Okay, now so let's see how actually topological rules apply. So again go to catalog. Then here in this UTM-46 or feature dataset. If you haven't created any feature dataset, you need to create one before applying topological rule. So right click here, new, you can see topology. Cannot create a topology. Okay, stop editing, save changes, yes, of course. Again, new topology, next. Okay, next. Now select the featured classes that will participate in the topology. So let's say I wanna add what, road, landmark and shape. Next, rank, okay, that's fine. Next, add rule, that's the main point. Now features of feature class, this is our feature class. Landmark, a rule must be covered by boundary. Okay, we want to all the points be in our boundary, so that this rule will apply on our dataset and we'll find out if there's any point beyond our boundary. Okay, we have added that. Add another rule. Now let's say not landmark, I want to shapefile. So must not overlap, or you can add many more. Must not overlap, must not have dangles, that is, it should have an ending point. Okay, add rule, must not also overlap, must not overlap. Okay, add rule, now it's for shape. Rule must not overlap by default. Okay, fine. Next, finish. So let's see what it does. New topology has been created. Would you like to validate it? Yeah, of course. So just unselect this one. Now you can see one new layer has been created. Just to drag it here. Do you want to what, add all the feature classes? Yeah, of course, yes. Okay, now you can see where is the issue actually. Now we got huge dataset. Yeah, let's just delete all of them at first. Yeah, then again, yeah, yes, now it's okay, fine. So you can see these red points are telling us these are some errors. Actually this is not an error, because these are our school points. So what, there is no school point. So to inspect that, you need topological tool. What is that topology? Yeah, here, this one, topology. You can see it's inactive, so to activate it, start editing. Okay, now it's activated. So now you're going to inspect error. This window will pop up. You don't need that. Yeah, so let's see, must be road, must not have dangles. So for the search, I'll search now. I thought there's no error here, but it's showing us. So right click here and what, zoom to, yeah, you can see we thought there's no error, but you can see here it's actually beyond the boundary. So to fix that, you can fix that by here, trim. If you do mark as exception, then it will be just interpreted as it's not an error. Snap, show rules, select. Okay, now you're going to actually fix that. So double click here, you can see a vertex here, just delete that vertex and you can see now everything is fine. So let's see the next one, zoom to. What's the problem here? I think it's fine, okay, isn't it? uh, yeah, it's fine. So mark this as exception. It's not a problem. Let's go to the next one. Zoom to the so now how can I fix that? Okay, just yeah. I think now it's okay, isn't it? No. Yep, now it's okay. So let's see the last one. Zoom to the layer. Again, you need to extend it a bit. Okay. So now just value you're going to validate it. Validate topology in current extent. Yeah, it's validated now. So must not have dangles in that rule. We don't have now any error. Search now. That's one also. This one maybe. Zoom to this one. Okay, it's okay. Just mark as exception. Fine. So that's how you need to correct all of them. Must not overlap. For Shapefile, I think there's no, because we just have one single shape. There's no error. Must not overlap. Must be covered by boundary. For points, search now. We have some problem. Must be covered by boundary. Why not? This is actually a problem, obviously. I think I validated that. That's why it's not showing us any error. Oh yeah, now go to zoom to, where is this one? Yeah, this one. So just what can I do for that? Just delete it. Okay, then go to second one and zoom to it. So it's inside our inside our polygon, but why is that showing us as one error? Because it's actually, I think it's our library, that's why. So it's exception, it's also exception. Okay, fine. Now you don't need to actually validate it, because the editings are actually occurring on our real shapes, real feature classes. Okay, so now you can delete it, remove that. Do you want to save your edits? Yeah, of course. Now that you have seen that just in this small data set we have huge errors, so in a large data set you really want to try that one, this topological correction. If you are a GIS professional, you definitely use this topological tool. Okay, so if now I just delete it, you can delete it, yes, fine, it's not a problem. Now I can again, if add those things, shape, you can see all the errors are gone. We have no errors, no points outside the boundary. Okay, so that's it. That's all about topological rule. So that's all for this video. I thought I would add more things, but the video is getting longer and longer, so maybe in some other separate videos. And I'm actually thinking about designing one full course on ArcGIS. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching.